We are here talking about Startup Health Insights, 2017 Q1. What are the numbers? What's the data telling us?
So it looks like it's going to be just north of $2 billion this quarter. In comparison, last year, which was a record year, was $2 billion. But if you dive in deeper, we're counting one big deal, which was GRAIL, Precision Oncology and Early Detection for Cancer company based out of San Francisco.
And that was a mega deal.
$900 million, which is on our record the biggest one yet, depending on what you count. But almost $1 billion deal, $914 million.
I think what's really interesting to me about that, it's a precision oncology company. We're really starting to see a crossover between digital health and life sciences, which is something we've been predicting for quite some time. We're seeing this more and more.
Yeah, we've been seeing this for a couple years. Well, I'd say longer than a couple years. I think genetics is a big piece of it. When you look at deep sequencing, like what GRAIL is doing, you're digitizing the DNA of a person and you're creating a digital representation of it. And that's what digital health is becoming in one side, which is interesting, right? Because if you can break it down to numbers, you can have deep insight into what it means pathologically.
Any other insights into the numbers, the number of deals? Are we seeing either a slowdown, a pickup? What, in terms of the flow and how much volume?
The good news is that there's not a lot of new news. We're seeing consistently, with some fluctuations, less deals, but more money still. But we're still seeing, a shave down in the early stage deals. Seed and Series A a little bit lower than they were last year, a little bit lower than the year before, but not by a lot. By marginal amounts, which we think means that there's still plenty of room for innovation. But you also have to keep in mind that this is funding. We're looking at investing. Mm-hmm. It's not how many startups are popping up or how many customers are buying it. It's how much investment dollars are flowing, which is a little bit different. And you have to consider that these companies are companies that have probably been around for a little bit, that have proven an ROI and an MVP to receive that capital. So. It's not an exact representation.
It's a good point. Someone asked me yesterday, are we starting to see an impact in Q1 numbers because of the new Trump administration, because of the health bill not passing?
I don't think that there's a lot of impact yet from policy, but the uncertainty is causing some VCs and hospitals to say, hold on a minute, let's take a break and reassess what the future might look like, which is causing some impact. Meaning, I think we might, if there is still some turbulence in the political realm, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a slowdown in funding, just because people need to pause their game for a second and ask what's going on. But you're talking about other realms.
Other categories, we talked about precision oncology.
Gotcha.
Where else is the money flowing?
Yeah, so in Q1 2017 specifically, we're seeing a lot of workflow companies, meaning companies that are good at communication, scheduling appointments, connecting different silos of data, interoperability. That was the highest turnover market this quarter in terms of investment dollars.
Any other insights? What's your gut telling you about where things are going for the rest of the year?
I think that workflow is one that we need to keep an eye on in terms of interoperability specifically. I think that one of the big problems right now that people are really chipping away at is how do we connect this hospital to this hospital, and how do we connect this data to this data? And I think that we can't really put the cart in front of the horse until that's solved in terms of huge impact.
You would think that in 2017 we would have figured this one out.
But it's
more work to do, right?
It's almost well known among the digital health community how big of a ornery problem this is, and it seems unsolvable because of how complex it is. And we see a lot of companies out there trying to fix it, but no one's cracked that code yet. And I don't think it is a code actually, to crack. I think it's more of a long-term untangling of the vines.
Any other regions, hotspots? All the money still West Coast, East?
Seattle popped up on the list this year with some great biotech companies. It's interesting with Alibaba moving there, Amazon, Microsoft. The innovation there and the talent that's flowing there is insane.
So we're still early in the year, lots more to come. Where can people go to learn about these insights?
Startuphealth.com/reports, or check your email because you'll probably get it.